It is a realm of great upheaval, war and bloodshed, wondrous magic, and spectacular marvel. Those who live there know what it is to be afraid. It is a time of monsters and monster hunters. The world of The Witcher is home to many forms of life, but what truly sets it apart are the monstrosities that reside there. Some kill out of hunger, others for pleasure, and still others for more sinister purposes. When people think of monsters, they often think of ravening beasts. But many of these fiendish creatures have capacity for reasoning and logic. That is in fact what makes them so dangerous. That is why you hire a witcher. Make no mistake, not all monsters are nightmarish animals. Many walk on two legs and call themselves human, elf, or dwarf. They wage war, topple cities, and slaughter the innocent without mercy or remorse. They are what some would call the true evil, the real threat. To best understand the nature of this evil, to best understand the world of The Witcher, one has to go back to the beginning. Our story begins on the continent, which was settled thousands of years ago by the non-human races. First discovered by the gnomes, the continent would soon be populated by both elves and dwarves as well. As is inevitably the case, war soon broke out. After the bloodshed had run its course, the combatants established roots in various geographic locales. The gnomes and dwarves created a home for themselves in the craggy mountain regions, while the elven race retreated to the heavily wooded forests and plains. For a time, the elder races lived alongside each other, each to their own. For over 500 years, there was peace and coexistence. Then came the humans. The emergence of humans on the face of the continent changed the balance of power irrevocably. So it was that it took several hundred years for the old races to realize there was now a new threat to their way of life. Shortly, humans had conquered the elder races, and man built their civilization on the ruined ashes of dwarven and elven society. The response to this abuse was the formation of the Scoia'tael, rebels and guerrilla fighters who answered the exploitation of the old races with violence, plunder, and destruction. The Scoia'tael used commando tactics, as well as independent squads and lone operatives, to battle the human kingdoms. With the coming of the age of the humans, many legends have been born. Witchers are mutated persons who have been used to protect the human race against the horrors of the continent. To meet a witcher in battle is a humbling thing, since their conditioning makes them terrifyingly fast, brutally strong, and resilient to the point of near invulnerability. Witchers are chosen as children based on indications of potential. They then undergo training so rigorous, a full 60% of those selected do not survive the process. Taught the finer points of combat, alchemy, and herbalism, Witchers-to-be are subjected to mysterious rituals designed to allow them to use the arcane force of magic. These rituals also grant Witchers greater sensitivity to enchanted items and beings. The art of magic is described as bending the power of chaos to one's will. This power is harnessed by Witchers, mages, and sorceresses. Additionally, there are items, places, and even creatures that have been granted with aspects of magic and hold great power within them. This harnessing of the chaos allows users to create enchantments for healing, teleportation, destruction, and illusion. This can come in the form of spells, which must be crafted by mages or the more magically adept sorceresses. Chaos can also be wielded by way of a witcher's signs, which mostly require an act of will and a hand gesture. Some children are born naturally adept at magic and can be helpful to humans, as well as distinctly destructive and dangerous. Such beings have given birth to many stories, but these myths tend to be nothing but fairy tales. And for the denizens of the continent, life is far from a fairy tale. For the vast majority, life is full of fear, sorrow, and uncertainty. While the nobles squabble over petty rivalries, the poor die in the slums, and the young die in their wars. Religious zealots preach their hate from the temple, and individuals are judged by their appearance and pedigree rather than their character. The peasants are no better. They follow the loudest voice like sheep, and their lives are no more honest than the lives of those who lord over them. Most people on the continent care only for themselves. They are all monsters in their own way. Even a witcher doesn't raise his sword without the promise of coin. If you came here seeking a story of noble heroes and fairy tale endings, you have another thing coming. This is the world of The Witcher, a world ruled by monsters.